Now, these are, as it suggests, these are enterprises that are characterized by very large deal sizes. Typical average deal sizes here range from anywhere from 90 lakhs INR to over 2 CR INR, 2 crore INR, right? Now, the first thing that I want to suggest is be comfortable with currencies, talking in terms of currencies. Have your conversion rates or calculations as a ballpark in your mind whenever they talk about all of this. 1 million would mean 8 CR INR. So get some range in your mind already. Second, these are typically long sales cycles. They span anywhere from 4 months to 6 months, some even 9 months. Unlike small ticket sales or sales aimed at micro and small medium enterprises. Be comfortable knowing that this will take this long a time, 4 months to 6 months from the time you originate a call to a prospective customer till the time you actually ink the deal. There are several people involved in the decision-making process across functions and levels, depending on what product or service that you sell or that your organization sells. And depending on who your target function is, because the deal size is large, in excess of 1 CR INR, you will always be required to engage with the C-suite. When I say C-suite, I'm referring to the CEOs or the chief marketing officer or the chief human resource officer or chief legal officer, so on and so forth, right? If you have a product or services that is primarily aimed at, let's say, HR heads, human resource heads, right? Let's say if it's a recruitment solution or a learning solution, you can be rest assured that he or she is not the only one who's going to decide on it. Because this requires cutting out a large check, it will require him or her to consult with his CFO, chief financial officer, or even his CEO. By design, several people are involved in the decision-making process. So you need to be comfortable with engaging with all these folks across levels, across functions. These are very dense contracts, not really to scare you, but I'm sure your own organization's legal team will have your back. Your own organization's solution team will have your back. So even in your own organization, collaborate with all your folks across teams, right? Across functions, your legal, your marketing, your contracts team, your transition team, customer success team, all of them, including your CEO, if need be. Right? So, or your sales head, enlist all their services, their support, and work with them. So you will, in this case, only be probably a facilitator, front-ending all of this. But if there is a large contract which requires a legal vetting, you will always need to involve your legal team to talk to the counterpart at your prospective customer's legal, right? So that's where you can facilitate that interaction and all of those. So hence these are dense contracts. So you don't need to know all of this, but you really need to orchestrate and know who to involve where. High stakes, because these are large value deals, oftentimes it impacts the entire course of the company's business cycle. If a company doesn't buy a product or service that you offer, which offers immense value, which offers competitive advantage to your prospective organization, which renders them little ahead, in the curve from a competitive landscape, they miss out on an opportunity, right? So it is definitely high stakes. At the same time, if they don't buy your product and if they buy your competing product, you run the risk of losing out on market share again. So hence, it is high stakes for both you as an organization as well as your prospective organization. It is, as salespeople, it is certainly highly rewarding. Love to believe that all organizations that you serve that run enterprise sales functions have a very lucrative, sweet incentive structure. So the more deals you close, the more money you collect upfront, and by virtue of this being a large deal size contract anyway, you stand to pocket a very large sum of money individually, okay, from an incentive standpoint. So money apart, the fact that you've engaged with senior folks at your prospective organizations, help them understand what your product or services attempts to do, how they stand to gain, what's the competitive advantage that your product or services will deliver to them, as they engage with their customers, which is your customer's customer. That's more equally meaningful than just simply having, pocketing a fat check as incentive for you.